Hi, everyone. It's Lauren. Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday. I'm so glad those of you who have stopped by to do some Friday night scrapbooking. Um, so I'm just going to get set up and find where you guys are and um, make sure my photo here is. Whoops, let me turn my volume down on my computer. And okay, it looks like I need to straighten you guys out just a smidge here. How are you guys this Friday? Oh, Australia already. Yay. Hi, happy 4th. Thank you. Hi, Carla. Welcome. How are we doing on that? Still look a little crooked, don't I? Okay. How are you guys this Friday? Are you ready for the holiday weekend? I thought it'd be kind of fun to do my 4th of July photo here. Okay, what is going? Are you guys there? Or did I lose you? Ah, 10 a.m. It's Saturday. It's already. Okay. It's in the morning. Well, it's Friday night. Okay. Hi. Hi, Connie from Michigan. Okay, so you guys, are you with me? Can you I'm my screen seems to be spinning. So, okay. Ah, Julie, you're organizing photos and scrapbooking. Well, you've got quite the stash to do it, Julie. So awesome. That is great. Okay, can someone give me some feedback about my screen? Because my screen is just spinning. Can you see my hand say hi? Or is it just frozen for you guys? Hi, Sandra. Hi, guys. Okay, so I'm wondering if it looks fine. Okay, the screen looks fine. So you can see me. So it's just my computer that's just kind of crazy here that I can't see what I'm doing in front of me. Okay, guys, we'll figure this out. All right, so I don't know. Tell me if you guys. All right, now I see myself. Okay, excellent. So tell me if you guys are going to be able to have fireworks. Hi, Kim. Hi, Julie. Hi. Oh, Julie. Yeah, screen looks fine. Okay. Everybody else who's come on. Yay, Joanne. Hi, Virginia Beach. Julie. Okay. 1 in the morning in the UK. Okay, you are a diehard, Julie. Awesome. All right. Well, it's kind of strange here in Southern California because they banned all of our fireworks here. And um, we usually we love it because we have um, a place where we have a view so we can see the fireworks. And we're just not sure what's going to happen because nobody's really supposed to be setting off any fireworks. I don't know if anybody is like that here in the U.S. where we celebrate. Um, yeah. Oh, hi, Linda from Kentucky. So I don't know what they're doing out in Kentucky, but here in California, we're kind of keeping it quiet. But it'll be a different 4th of July, won't it? My goodness. Okay. Well, um, I just wanted to jump on tonight and talk a little bit about some things that I've gotten some questions kind of over and over, and I thought this might be a good opportunity to just talk about a few things that I seem to be getting a few questions on, and then I just thought we could chat and have you guys ask questions and see what's going on with you. So we'll see. Oh, so you guys are having them, Julie. Oh, wow. Awesome. That's great. Well, it is the holiday weekend. I'm really excited. We'll see. We'll probably have people out there doing their own shenanigans, anyhow. But I just wanted to kind of bring out this album. This is my 2005 album because I love 4th of July. It's one of my favorite holidays. And so I just kind of wanted to show you a few things in here as we're chatting. And then I have a few other things I want to talk to you about too. So, but feel free as we're getting going to ask questions, because that's what I really want to do as we're doing kind of this Friday night. If you want to scrap your things with me, feel free to do that. Like, let's just hang out together in our craft rooms. Hopefully you're near some fun stuff and we can, you know, just hang out. I thought that would be kind of fun. And hi, Michelle from Texas. Yay. And Cynthia. Okay. Oh, social distancing on boats. Okay, I like that. Lakes are having fireworks. Yes. That's a okay. So given that it is the holiday weekend, I also just want to say really quick as we're getting started, a big shout out to my CM advisors, because I had my very first team crop, team Zoom crop. So we're spread out all over the US, which is kind of fun. We get to hear from a lot of different areas, but we all kind of came together on and off during Zoom, and it was just so much fun. So a big shout out to my ladies. You guys know who you are. That was so fun. I really enjoyed connecting with all of you. So thanks to all of you who joined on my Team Zoom crop. And as an aside, I just also wanted to take a minute here, because I know not everybody follows me on the three places kind of where I am. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, and I'm here on YouTube. And not everybody has all those platforms. And I know some of you follow me all three places. But those are the majority that you can find me. And then I have my website too. But on my Facebook page, I do have groups there. So you'll go to my Facebook page as Craft Some Joy with Lauren Hines. And I just kind of wanted to make sure that you knew about what was there for those of you who are on Facebook. So I have my page, which is kind of my storefront, my business page. And then I have groups that are associated with that page. And you can be part of a group and not even know about my page. So I just wanted to make sure that I explain this a little bit. So my page is kind of the place if there is a special going on with Creative Memories, I usually put it on my page. If I have a summer special for my own customers, I'll put it on my page. If I go live on Facebook, it's on my page. But I also have associated with my page some groups. And so right now I have a POP, the Progress on Projects group. And for anybody new, if you haven't found the POP group, that is an awesome group, right, guys? A lot of you, I know your name is you're in there, and it's just a fun place to connect and talk about what it's like to be in the trenches with your photos, right? And getting organized and making some decisions on what kind of scrapbooks you're going to make and how to use the POP planner and how to get your photos organized. So that is, yay, Kim, you love pops. So it's just a great community, and you can ask questions there and so forth. And there's some resources there, some goodies in the POP group that are not available anywhere else. Yes, thanks, Carla. So there's some handouts and so forth for your planner that are in the files section in that group that you can't find anywhere else. Okay, so that's open to anybody. There are a few questions because we want to make sure it's a community positive, just a really great group. So I do ask a few questions before you join. And then, we keep that as just a wonderful, sharing, respectful community. Okay, so that's POP, the Progress on Projects group. Then a lot of people, I'm seeing requests to join some of my other groups. Well, one of those groups is Team Scrap Some Joy, Lauren's CM advisor only Facebook group. So that group, and the reason I want to bring this up is because I don't want anybody to feel bad if I don't allow you in that group. But really there's a reason why. So that group is for my my CM advisors, people who have joined Creative Memories and are on my team. So that group is so we can connect, and I do training in that group, and I do when I do training, I post our videos in there. So that's kind of a holding place for our videos. We have question and answers there. And there's some more files in that group. So that's just for advisors. It's really businessy. So if you've requested to join that group, it's really just for Creative Memories advisors as a place for me and my team to connect. Okay, so if I don't let you in, don't feel bad, please. Okay. Hi, Nancy. Yes, so I'll get to your question in just a sec. So then the third group is also my Picture This Facebook group, and I do get a lot of requests to join that group as well. And that group is open to people in two ways. Either if you've purchased the Picture This bundle, and it's a border workshop. So there's a video and instructions and PDFs on how to build all the borders in there. And if you have purchased that kit from me, you get in free, or there's also a registration form. So it's not just kind of like the POPs group where anybody can go in. You either have to fill out the registration form or you have to purchase the kit from me. Okay, so that's that. Hi, Loopy from Tennessee. Yay! Okay, so those are three of the groups. And then my last group, I'm really excited because I'm getting it started. And this is my customer group, and it's Scrap Some Joy. And that is just going to be for customers. And I'm going to put some goodies in there for customers. So you don't... Anybody who has purchased anything from me can get into that group, and we're just going to kind of hopefully do some challenges and do postings and things like that. So those are the four groups that I have. Thanks, Julie, the Picture This. Yeah. So those are the four groups that I have on my Facebook page. I hope that makes sense, because I just don't want anybody to get their feelings hurt if you don't get let into a group. Like, we get in one group, but I don't get in another group. But I just wanted to take a minute and explain that. Okay, so awesome. All right, Julie, make those borders with us. I wish I could flip the camera on to you and then we could watch you make the border too. They are fun. The Picture This borders are really fun. Okay, so now that I've talked a little bit about Facebook and then Instagram, that's just kind of, I try to keep Instagram different than Facebook and YouTube, and just post little tidbits, maybe some album pages and some different ideas on Instagram. So my Instagram is craft.some.joy. I have to remember the dots in there. Otherwise, you'll find somebody else's account. Okay, so that's it for social stuff. I wanted to just make sure I took a minute and talk about that. So let me read back again. Hi, Mary from Texas. Yay! I love seeing you guys. This is so fun. Okay, Nancy, you have a question. So you want to set up a punch folder, but you have most of the old punches. How can I still do that? Do I have suggestions? So are you talking about, Nancy, are you talking about my punch binder? My punch binder? Let me grab it and see if that's what I think you're talking about. It's the inventory binder. That's a great question. So one of my organizing videos is how to remember what you have in your craft room, right? Because we want to make sure we remember what we have, so we use what we have. And this is the punch inventory binder. So I haven't actually talked about this in a little while, so it's good that you brought it up. So this is where I keep, these are baseball card sleeves. You know, I love baseball card sleeves. Yes, okay, good. And I color coded it based on the type of punch. So if it's a Martha Stewart, if it's an EK Success, or if it's a Creative Memories punch, they all have different colors. And then this is one of my favorite sections because it's the border punches, which I love. And these are just little cards that I cut out. Whatever color you have a lot of is what I suggest using. Hi, Lisa from Tennessee. Awesome. Welcome, welcome, you guys. Oh, and Cynthia from LA. Hey, my LA girl. All right. just around the corner from me. So these are baseball card sleeves, but if you have coupon organizers or whatever size works for you. I do actually, oh, I should tell you guys. So my website is craftsomejoy.com. I have a page on there. You guys, you've been around, you've heard me say this. I have a page on there. If you go to shop my favorite things, you will get to see where all my favorite things are linked, because it gets really difficult when I have so many videos now, and then each video I link certain things, and then people are like, which video is that on? And I don't remember where it is. So I made a page on my website that has all my favorite things, which I just went into my own personal Amazon account and put the links in there, because if I like it, I'm hoping you guys will like it too. Hi, Mary. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so let me show you the brand of the coupon. This is the latest, one of the latest things I have linked on there. And I love this. This is the Coupon Saver Starter Pack. And it's from Ultra Pro, but they have different types of sleeves, right? And I think I showed this maybe, I remember Julie from Australia, she got really excited when she saw this, and she was able to order it in Australia, by the way, for those of you who are out of the US. She got really excited because they have different types of formats, right? So this is great for organizing, oh, you know, like your planner stickers or different things like that. And if you haven't seen, I put my titles in here too. That's another one of my favorite binders. So this is the Ultra Pro Coupon Saver Pack. Anyhow, whatever you can use, do this, and that way you can keep track of what punches you have. So if you have an older punch that you want to find, or if you see a really great deal on eBay or something like that, you can just reference and see if you have it, or if you have something similar. So this is a great little resource just to kind of flip through and see what punches you have. Okay, so that's the punch inventory binder. What's it in my pop? No, this is a video that is on my YouTube channel. It's called Punch Inventory Binder. So I explain how I go through and do this. And my link is on my website, all the links. Also, guys, you can just do a Google search. If you're looking for names, I'll put it this way so you can read it. If you're looking for names of some of those older punches, a lot of times you can just do a Google search, and then I can go, oh, do I have that one? Or is that one that maybe if it ever came up, I'd want to try to grab it. I don't have every cartridge. You would think I do, but I don't. And sometimes there's fun ones that you may just want to grab. And they are getting trickier to get, right? Like, have you seen how fast some of these are selling out? It's crazy. So that's what I do in the back of my binder, is I just keep kind of a little list of the names of those punches. Let's talk organizing just one more minute, guys. So I know I keep going back to this, but I love this binder, and you guys, I know some of you have seen it, but this is my title binder. So this is all about my titles, and this is how you can see those different size pockets work really well to keep your titles. So this is where I can just go flip through here and go, oh, this is a perfect time to grab a title for a page. And really, you know, this is the whole idea of being able to just sit down and scrap, is because you know where things are, right? And that makes your whole process easier. So one of the things, it's funny, I've been getting asked, like, can you give some tips or can you give some ideas? And one of the things that I realized a long time ago is that people are, and including me, number one for sure, is I need to figure out how to remove the obstacles that keep me from scrapbooking. So if it's that I can't remember where I put a title, then I need to fix that. Or if it's, you know, I don't know where my spring paper is. I need to fix that, right? So having a system and having a plan is so, so important. And that's really kind of the reason I do stress kind of getting yourself organized in some way. It doesn't have to be like this. It can be in a different way. But get organized so that it makes your whole process that's more fun, right? Yeah. Okay, good. So not only do I have my die cuts in here, but I do get asked a lot about these. So these are all the old title stickers from Creative Memories. So if you've been around a while, you guys you'll see these look familiar. So I decided to take them off of all these big sheets. Remember, they used to come on these big sheets like this, and categorize them. It did take a little time, and it's one of those Netflix things, right, where you just sit and you do this mindless organizing while you're watching something really good, or, you know, Amazon Prime or whatever. It's like, you know, multitask, right? So it's not so bad. And so I made categories. So if I wanted a sticker that refers to life or to live, has life or live in it, guess what? I've got a page with all my stickers that say life and live. So I can just peel these off and reuse them. So a lot of people are like, what in the world is that backing paper? Unfortunately, I have only found one place that sells this really, really nice backing paper. And I've ordered some of the other stuff that has been suggested. It just doesn't work as nice as this. So it's from Stickers and Stuff. It's on Amazon. I've actually personally called them and said, you know, you really need to make sure you have this in stock, because a lot of people love this now. And it's reusable, right? So you can just peel the sticker off, stick it back down, and reuse it. So as you get new stickers, the idea is that you use these up, right? And then you get more and you stick them down. So this way I have these awesome categories, and it works for those thicker sticker type 2, right? Those kind of cardstock ones. So you can have those in there, all your dream stickers together, right? So you start kind of seeing categories, and then this again helps that whole process, the whole flow of getting your pages done that much more fun, right? Friends, congrats and birthday, celebrate, right? Oh, it's just so easy to find stuff now. Travel, hugs and kisses, quotes. There's a whole section for those fun quotes too. And I love that. I love being able to just kind of flip through that and see what's going on. So all kinds of stickers you can put in there as well. The binders, I know I get. You tore. Oh, you did. You tore out of your. Yes. It's the same stuff, Julie. Those sticker sheets are like for the sticker collecting binders, except you can buy a pack of them, which is awesome. And they are a little kind of on the pricey side, but the good thing is you can just reuse it, and you only need pretty much one pack, I think, 1 or 2 packs, and you can do your whole sticker binder. But same idea. Yep. If your kids have the sticker collecting binders, it's that same thick backing paper, which is really great to use and reuse. Okay, so any other organizing questions? Because I have something fun I want to share with you. And then we'll kind of come back to this album. But so I'm just, as an FYI, I've decided to go into Chaosville and reorganize my entire craft room once again. And it's been a lot of headache, but I decided there were certain things that I wasn't using right, and that's one of the things I like to do, is to say what's working, what's not working, and how am I going to change it, because I want to make it work. So in that process, I have moved stuff around, and I kind of created a new sewing center around the corner, and I'm hoping I can do some filming and show you guys when it gets a little better presented, because it's still a little bit of a mess right now. Awesome. Hi, Carrie. Yay. Yes, you live in Chaosville. I live there too. I mean, it really, really is. Um, oh, okay. I'm sorry. Thank you. You guys have to keep me on track. Where I got the binder. Yes, thank you. The binder, those blue binders, I am so, so sorry. I love those binders, but they are just gone. They were gone. They're Wilson Jones work style binders, and you just can't find them anymore. But I found a really great replacement, which is linked on my page. And it's similar. It has a great feel to it, and it's similar. But it's not quite same. It's not blue. It's black, but it's fun. So I have another video about that too. Okay, so yes, let's talk about Chaosville. So Chaos is kind of in my middle name. You are welcome. So I have decided to go into Chaos, reorganize, and I'm excited about the changes that are coming, and I'm going to share those with you when I get a little better prepared. But in the process, what is so fun is that you can find treasures, right? So when you pull everything out, and oh, if you go to my pop group, I love it. Donna Hildebrand, she posted pictures. She emptied out her entire closet and took pictures, and of just bringing everything out, and said, I am going to deal with this, right? That's part of the incredible community that we can say, yes, we have a plan, a system, and we're going to tackle our photos. So in that chaos, I felt the same way. Like I was pulling stuff out of boxes that I hadn't seen in a long time. And I found this cutie little book. And you guys, if you've been around and see them for a while, you'll remember this. It has blue pages. Do you remember blue pages with the red jeeping? Okay, this is an oldie. But what was so fun is that I opened up this book. I thought this was something I had done for Ellen. It was so long ago I hadn't even seen it. And guess what? This is a book that she did when she was 6. And I can't tell you, so made by Ellen Hines, 2003. I can't tell you, every single one of our family members, we looked at this book and we flipped through it and we laughed and we had so much fun looking at what a 6-year-old could do in an album. And so that to me was just something I wanted to share with you of how sweet it is. Scrapbooks don't always just have to be pretty. Scrapbooks can just share our lives too. And like Sandra, I know you're listening, and get your girls to do this. Like if you have kids, get your girls to do this, because looking back, I can say she's 23 now. Looking back, we loved this, and I really feel like we, had a connection when we looked at this together and laughed. And she said, I think it's so funny, Mom, that okay, well, let me say, so you can see, even back then, I was talking about journaling, right? And I'm like, you got to write on your pages. So she did. And then, like, we were laughing over this 2-page spread, and she said, there's really it's just really, saying what's very obvious. This is me in my ballet costume. It was blue. And this is me in my tap costume. It was red and purple. So there is no embellishment. It's just, that's what it is. And that's who she was at that point in her life. And that was what was so sweet. And we loved going over this. And the ones that they did, right, Julie, that they make, I mean, we laughed so hard. Can you guys see that? How she cut the picture and put half on one side and half on the other. She's like, Mom, why did I do that? I go, I don't know why you did that, but I love it. I love it. So she did that, and then she was really questioning her choice as to why this little piece of the picture was on this side, because there's absolutely no reason why that even needs to be in a scrapbook. But this is her at Cookie Kaleidoscope with the brownies, so why not, right? And it's just precious. So I encourage you to, also just give your kids, if you have younger kids, give them a little stash of their own stuff that they can do and see what they come up with. Because now, as that parent, that I can look back and I have that perspective piece, wow, this was fun. This was really fun. And my favorite was the last page. And again, she's saying, this is me and this is also me. So there you have it. Words of the wise right there, as a 6-year-old would say. So very fun. And you just found your my 27-year-old did yesterday, 2 albums that yeah, I bet you had a wonderful time looking through that. Right? So it's so neat to take a look back, right? So let's see what when your high school graduate opened the oh my gosh, yes, he made owl valentines. Oh yeah, I know, right? I love that. That's a time capsule, exactly. And being able to see it in a scrapbook, what a nice little time capsule too. That's a perfect kind of way to categorize this. It's a little snapshot of the time, right, that you have, or that of who they are at that time. And who she is now is so different than the girl who made this in most respects. Some respects, are the same, but so fun. So I just wanted to share that with you. And, this is why we do it, right, guys? This is why we do it. We want to tell our story. We want to encourage our kids. And, there's all kinds of research that says that one of the main ways to give kids their feeling of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not self-importance, but, that they feel good for themselves, is to tell the story, to show pictures of them. There's like research done about that their self-esteem, that's the word I'm looking for, their self-esteem can actually be tied back to knowing their story, knowing who they were, knowing what was meaningful for them as they grew up, right? So I think it's really exciting to think about that also, that you're doing this not only for yourself and playing with stickers and paper and having fun, but in the process, you're just building up your kids' self-esteem. And actually, I think it's more than kids. I think it's anybody that you can, and if it's your dad, if it's a sister-in-law, if it's a sister, if it's a friend, whatever it is, whatever you do, just being able to share that you value and that someone is important. That's awesome, right? So, okay, thank you guys for all your comments on that. But, okay, any questions before we move on? I'm going to grab a drink real quick while you are doing that. So I love that you guys are doing things for your kids. Let's see, Jill, you did a birthday party where you took your kids to the zoo with disposable cameras. How fun! They scrapped late into the night. I love that. Okay, great ideas. You guys get ideas from each other, because that's a wonderful experience too. Okay, so before I thought we could do a couple things. I do have some pages I wanted to work on, which were from my Grand Canyon trip. And I thought, well, I could do that. But then I started looking at this album, and I thought it would also be kind of fun to flip through a few pages, because there were a few things in here that I again thought maybe some of you might enjoy seeing, as far as process and layout and design. So if you guys are okay with that, we'll kind of do that, and then if we have time, we can kind of pull out some photos and get some layouts, some new pages done. So one of the things I love is, you know, being able to pull an album down off of our shelf and immediately you're kind of transported back in time to that moment, right? And into that year. And one of the things that also is really fun is to go, well, what product, right? What product was out and what was I using back at that time? And when I started pulling this album out, I know that I had some people who had questions about what do I do with all my old CM stickers. Do you guys still have some of those old CM stickers? Okay, so that came up a few times. Like, I don't know, should I toss them? Should I keep them? I don't know what to do with them. And when I was looking through this, I was thinking, you know, there are still some clean, classy ways to use those old stickers, those old CM stickers, or even, you know, they can be CM, they can be, you know, whatever brand, but they're small, right? Before everything used to be really, really small. And one of the things I just wanted to point out, and I'm thinking I might, you know, kind of elaborate on this at another point, but is that you can use those type of stickers, you know, so this is layout technique, kind of as a grounding place for a journal box, if you want to do that, to add a little bit to a title. You remember those tiny little swirly things? And, you know, again here, this is just adding a little decoration to a journal box. So, yeah, I know. I hardly ever toss either. So if you have a lot of those little stickers, I'm going to show you a few pages in here that might give you some new ideas on how to use those. Okay, so again, little stickers. So super easy technique is to make a square, a rectangle. Here's a rectangle, here's a square, and cluster and embellish those together, right? So you're setting up a little story with those little tiny stickers, but it's done in a little square or in a little rectangle, right? So I think this one's really cute. It's a rectangle and it's got the little beach ball, it's got the flip flops, and it's got the inner tube with some water splashing. Can you guys see that? Would you like that kind of a class? Making, like, using up our old stash, right? How to use those little tiny stickers, right? So that's kind of just a thought, right? Is that you can use those. And then if you layout wise, so what I ended up doing here was using that rectangle as the same size as my journal box. So everything kind of looks planned. It looks like I did all that on purpose. And really, it was just using up some of those old leftover stickers that I had, right? So that's what I thought was kind of fun about this album, is that I kept seeing how I had done that in this album. So don't toss. You can keep those and they can still create really nice elements for your pages, right? And remember this punch, even using those kind of funky punches, those old ones. I know the new ones are so cute, but we can also pull out our old tools and remember how to use those too. Remember that punch? It had, like, I think it was like a 3-in-1, and you could punch a window and some squares and different things. Okay, and then this is kind of the bigger, bolder ones. And then here, I thought this was kind of fun. So here again, small stickers, the little lunchbox apple banana with a title. So I would have pulled this right out of my title binder. And this is Summer School Buddies. So now I've got a title block with a little more interest because I added those little stickers. Okay, so you can do that. And again, just using those as a base, kind of as an anchor point. These are super simple pages. And here you can see I just added little red tennis shoes to the corner of the journal box. And sometimes using our stash can be just that simple, is to remember just to add a little touch to a journal box. And when we are feeling overwhelmed, like, how am I ever going to get all my album pages done? That's when we start saying, let's do simple. Okay, there is nothing complicated about this layout. It's my snap to grid formula. It's color block, big blocks of color paper. I mean, some of this paper, you guys, if you've been around, that's an oldie right there. This orange paper, that's an oldie, but look at how great it looks. It's simple and it's classic. And here's the thing, when you do pages like this was 2006, okay? I can still open this and go, this is easy to look at. It's easy for me to look at, okay? And it's simple, it's easy, and it's done. And, you don't go, oh, well, that was definitely a layout that I learned in 2012 or whatever, right? So I really do love that look of just being consistently simple. Okay, so, and I know, and I'll just say, I know there's a lot of us that have a lot of different ways of scrapbooking. This is just how I do it, and everybody has their own style, can find their own style, and I encourage you to find your own style. But I also have learned a lot, I feel, from just making so many pages, and this really helps me get it done. So again, here's a title, and look at how I put the little cruise ship right there in the title. So fun. And I am hoping someday they're going to bring those giant title letters back. And I am hoping that soon. In fact, Julie, you had a question for me. Titles, cutting. I've been thinking a lot about titles. So why don't I just say this? I love big sticker letters and I love titles. And I think and I've said this before, if I were going to spend effort into creating a title for my pages, I really would get a cutter and getting a really nice personal electronic cutter. And I've been thinking about which one to get, and I finally today made a decision and I ordered the Silhouette Portrait 2. And I know I'm kind of late to the party, but I've had a Cricut and I've had a Brother Scan and Cut, and now I have decided, because actually, thank you, Lisa Mendoza, if you're out there watching this, she took me through the Silhouette Studio, and okay, that is awesome. And I love fonts. I'm a font girl. So if you love fonts, having the Silhouette Studio where you can, I don't even think that's what they call it, Silhouette something, where you can cut any of your own fonts from your computer. Okay, that's it. That's all I had to hear. So yeah, I know it's an electric cutter problem too. So I'm going to give you an update on the Portrait 2. It's a smaller format cutter. I think it's only about this big, right? And using the software, because that is what kind of got me interested. And if we can't get big sticker letters like this, okay, the next best thing is to do those beautiful cut titles. I love that, because then everything goes together, right? So, oh, thank you, Bonnie, the black pages. Yep. Yeah. I switched to black, I think it was in 2000 for my family books, and I've never turned back. I love black pages. I do. A lot of people ask me about that. So here's those giant sticker letters again, and I just did a little writing in between. So Seattle, and then put Washington. Again, just a little trick on layout and title techniques. Okay, so let me see if there's some more in here I can share with you. There's watermelon in there, and here's some of the school times. So again, going back, oh, did anybody get, I haven't posted it, so if you saw it somewhere else, maybe, but there is a bunch of great new product coming out on Monday, and if you like rainbow colors, oh my goodness, this is the collection for you. So seeing the school pictures reminded me. So if you are working on school albums for your kids, I'm going to get those and gear up. Yes. I love fonts too. Oh my goodness. And I will be sharing the new product. So it's rainbow colors. And if you remember the old Cheerful pack from Creative Memories, that was one of my absolute favorite packs, is called Cheerful. And I used it over and over in my kids' school books because the colors were just so vibrant and rich, and that is what's coming. So I'm really excited to see that. I will be ordering my own on Monday, and here come the school pages. We're going to knock those pages out because that paper is going to be perfect for any kind of school books. So let's see. We are kind of moving on. Again, just taking those little stickers, adding them to journal boxes. That's one of my favorite things. Also, one of the things I thought my husband, I'll just say, one of the things I thought my husband was kind of good about was taking pictures, not always just the happy times, right? And I don't know if I've kind of mentioned this before, but just documenting life. And it's not always just the happy times, right? Sometimes it's the tears. And like on this one, I put, tears are sometimes just part of our day, especially when someone is tired, hungry, thirsty, or all of the above. Right? So raising kids, raising a family, you just, that's just part of life. And so sometimes it's really kind of fun just to capture that in your albums too. Right? So all the stuff. All right, I think we're just kind of flipping through some more pages. And, yep. Let me see if I can find some more with those sticker goodies in it. But I think you've got the picture just kind of as I'm flipping through that it's really the same formula over and over again. Blocks, snap to grid, title, journaling, snap those to grid, using paper to kind of differentiate, super easy type of scrapbooking. Okay, so I don't know that the new collection is technically marketed for school, but I think it's perfect. The colors are perfect for school. And there's a new border maker punch. Oh, and then the new circle. Okay, guys, you should make a note. So, because I know people asked when I did my custom cutting system video, I know I got a lot of people were like, please bring the big circle back. Guess what's back? The big circle. So they're bringing the big circle back for your cutting system. So if you missed this from way back, you are welcome to grab one now. So the big circle. These are really fun. I love doing circles to kind of give your pages a background, like, half on one side, half on the other, or if you want to do a really neat title page, this is a great template. So there you have that, and that's coming Monday too. So a new border maker cartridge, a new circle pattern, and a bunch of new colorful paper. So, okay. All right, so any other questions? I think we'll just kind of finish flipping through this book, and you can see again, just simple, easy pages. Who was it? Julie, was that you who said, we want this, the Mickey stuff back, right? Yeah, licensing is super expensive, right? So they haven't been able to do the true licensing for a while since Old Company, but Old Company did have some of that fun Disney licensing way back. Okay. All right. So any other questions, guys, from old stickers and things? Oh, Oh, that's okay. They'll be, hi, Fallon. Hi, great. Welcome. All right. Um, okay. Yeah, I know. I want a big circle. I know. Yeah. So it's coming. So we'll have some more goodies on how to do that. Okay. After Monday and getting the border system, yes, get the new cartridge. It's a little roughly one. I'll have it up on my Facebook page. You have some of the old Disney. Yeah. Okay. So awesome. All right. Any questions, you guys? But that was a little trip down memory lane and how to use those old stickers. Kind of fun. Okay. So this one, I was a little debated whether to kind of bring this out again, but I thought, okay, unfortunately, part of the Beneath the Pines has already sold out. If you got it, then that's great. But that's actually what I started this album in, and this is our trip to Grand Canyon, Petrified Forest, Painted Desert, and Pine Top, Arizona. So that's what this album is all about. And one of the things, oh, you know what I thought we could do too. Before I jump here, let me grab something really quick. And my friend Maria, I know, let's see, when did I do this? We were talking about vitamin C, and I did a quick little scrap with me. I think this was last week. And I just want to show you, so here's encouragement for you guys that if you remember, she was doing this for her husband for Father's Day. So she gave this to him. It still needs the journaling and the last finishing touches, but you guys, she did the whole book, right? Since my last live. If you remember, we started it back then, and then the whole book is done. So it can really happen that quickly. This is with the vitamin C collection, and this was a trip she took to Mexico. I think we did these pages together with the 6x12 pocket page, and these pages I think we did with the more of the pocket page. But so look at how pretty that is. So fast, so simple, and so easy to get an entire album done. Again, technique wise, you limit your choices when you have a beginning and an end to a project. You limit your choices by creating a palette, and then you can just go. And that's it. That's all you have to get out, right? Is that palette and work with those photos and that palette, and then you can finish. So I just wanted to show you, I'm so proud of her for doing it and getting it finished, and how fun it turned out. And we got a lot of photos. There were a lot of photos on this trip. So we got a lot of those photos in here. And really, really neat end product. So fun. We did a little peekaboo pocket. You know, whenever there was that extra photo that we needed to squeeze in, we said, let's grab a peekaboo pocket, because we don't want to, all these photos were so nice. We didn't want to miss any of those. So now, yes, someone asked, are those pages done, or does there need to be journaling? Yes, there needs to be journaling, and then we put the page protectors on as the finishing touch. So definitely, yes, Maria's working on the journaling, and she's out of town, but when she comes back, that's how she's going to finish up this book. Isn't that fun? Love this view. So I just thought that would be fun to share with you guys, right? Getting that much done. I know, right? Beautiful. So easy. It can be done just using those same simple techniques, and it's still lovely to look at. I mean, it's always going to be lovely to look at. So just wanted to share that with you really quick. All right, so let's go jump into some Pine Top, Arizona. So anybody take advantage of the spine promo they were going on? Yay, that was fun. Okay, so this is, as I mentioned, so we're getting into my vacation album. And I think for us who, I don't know, we don't have any plans. We were going to travel this summer, but then now we're not because of COVID. But uh, being able to work with pictures of really neat trips that you went on, doesn't that make you feel a little better? At least. Um, oh, yes, it's extended. I think it goes until the 15th. Yes, the spine promo is till the 15th. Thank you. Um, so it's buy 3 and get your 4th spine free. And helps me remember all of our wonderful trips. Question I had about the Peekaboo pockets, and this is something I learned. How do you put the page protector on? So here's the trick. If you have an out flap 6x12 Peekaboo pocket, I kind of blew it on this one. I should have put my page protector on first and then put the Peekaboo pocket on. So I'm going to actually have to take my album apart and put my Peekaboo put my on this way. And if you have a Peekaboo pocket that flips this way, no problem. I can just take the page protector and slide it right on top. So just a tip when you're using the 6x12s is if it's an out flap like that, then make sure you put your page protector on first so you won't end up having to take your album apart like I'm going to. Okay, so we are going to keep going here with the Petrified Forest. Okay, so one of the things I think we've all been remembering is that there's a couple ways when you're preparing for making your album, right? And one of the ways to prepare is to use the little photo folders that I have. A lot of you are familiar with these. They are available as a free download on my website, and then you just can fold it. And what's fun is in the pop group, I've seen a lot of people modify these so that it works for you, and I think that's fantastic. Just make it so that this is something that's easy. You can, I love it. You can color code it. You can do whatever you want. Make it so that these folders work for you. Now, the other thing you can do is work in conjunction with Power Layouts, and that's coming. I'm going to be doing kind of a more in-depth look at Power Layouts as well. And so Power Layouts are where you look at each, like you can lay out your whole album all at once, and you can look at each page and which pictures are going to go together. This is kind of a similar idea. So there's both ways you can do it. One's not better than the other. It just kind of depends on, where you are in the process. So one of the things I would say, this was kind of a simpler trip, right? I do have a box of memorabilia, but if I were working on my kids' school books, there's a lot going on in those school books, right? So those are the pocket pages I put in there. I put in the portrait sleeves. They have certificates. They have artwork. There's a lot going on. So I kind of need to space that out and figure out where photos are going to go, where their class picture is going to go, and so on and so forth in those albums. And so I can see my little folders are not going to work for that. Does that make sense? So it really kind of depends on the project you're working on too. Okay, so the big 11 by 15s, yes. They do not offer them in the old large album. Yes, I know. Those 11 by 15s have been gone for quite a while. It's so funny. I had a gal actually reach out, and she had 4 of those big books that she had finished for her. I hadn't seen them in years, and then I just helped her put those back together. So yeah, and you can use thank you for using your Power Layouts for large photos, 8x10s, and to dedicate to layout. Yeah, it's a great place to store because those are all photo safe too, right? Keep the plastic is all photo safe that they use for those. Okay, so that's a little bit about the folders and kind of why do I use folders, why do I use power layouts, it's totally up to you. So then the next part is kind of figuring out what photos go together on your page. And the good thing is that a lot of these I know now I can use because I have Peekaboo pockets, right? So this might originally look like a lot of photos, but with Peekaboo pockets, it's no problem. We can keep going with adding photos to a page. And I can also go, oh, well, maybe I do have enough. I'll do 2 pages. So we can just kind of lay those down. So the first thing, let's see, we have to get this kind of in an order here. And one thing I should also mention, so this was the Petrified Forest. We took a lot of pictures and I printed a lot of these photos, and that doesn't, you know, even like when we talk about A, B, and C photos, you don't always have to, even if you print it, I know it kind of is when you're digital, you feel like you have to use everything, but sometimes you just kind of need a good selection. And you may or you may not end up using all of the photos. So that's just another tip, right? Is don't feel bad if you end up not having exactly all the photos accounted for in your album. But Peekaboo pockets definitely help. Okay. And a lot of times too, I'll say, all right, here's 2 similar photos. So which one do I kind of like better? Because it's both of them are Eric with a big petrified rock, and I'll probably go with that one. So then again, that's kind of one that is there. We're going to start narrowing down. And here's Audrey again, and I like this one, right? So we're just making decisions as we're going through. Okay, this was one of my favorite photos of the kids, all 4. And one of the things I try to do when I'm doing a 2-page layout is if there's a favorite photo, I usually like to kind of highlight it. I don't know why, but I just kind of like to highlight it in the top left corner, either there or in the bottom right corner, somewhere that I feel like it can get a little more attention. So sometimes I'll just put those up in the corner. Okay, and these are, I think, the same structure, so I'm going to use that one. And these are dinosaur. I think those are going to go on the next page with this. Have us walking, and this is kind of a fun one. So I think that shows the Petrified Forest. I like this, and kind of that's good for our first 2-page spread. And I'll probably add in a Peekaboo pocket there. So let me grab the paper. Okay, so I think I shared when I first started that I decided to pull some paper together in a palette for my Grand Canyon and Pine Top. And so that way it's kind of easy when I go to work on this project of being able to pull out the papers that kind of go with this. And I know this was one of those papers that when I was making the palette, I thought that's kind of a really cool color. And I knew when I got to the Petrified Forest and the Painted Desert, this was going to be a color that I wanted to pull in, that kind of burnt orange. Really fun. This was actually from a baby collection, I think, that orange paper. And I do like that green too. So we'll kind of see how we go through, move through this paper. And then the Beneath the Pines. Okay, we that too. Whoops. Okay. So this is kind of the base layout paper set that I was pulling in with these photos. Okay, so there's that wood paper. I think that goes great. All right. So first thing is kind of pull together your blocks, like which ones am I going to use for my blocks, and then start building your page. Lay out your photos, then grab your blocks. So again, this is kind of that photo I wanted to make sure to highlight. So I'm probably going to take this awesome orange paper and just highlight it there. And again, you've heard me say one of the easiest ways to highlight a 4x6 is just to cut the paper at 1/2 inch larger. So at 4.5, and then you've got your instant mat for that as a block. Super simple. And now we've got that highlighted. And then I'm going to use, I kind of like this wood paper. I probably would have bought a whole pack of this wood paper if I could have, right, to go with this. So is anyone scrapping? Okay, anybody scrapping with me, or are you guys just watching? Because if you want to scrap, we can scrap together. I love this wood paper. Okay, so since I've got this going horizontal, I'm going to use my wood just as kind of a nice balance. And I'm going to bring this at 6.5 and make a nice big block of this. And I'm going to put this right here in the center. And again, at 6.5, that mats my photos just perfectly, kind of gives that block of color for those pictures. And the fun part is also, you know, you've got so many choices when you have these neutral colors to add all that fun stuff for decorations, the stickers and border punches and things like that. Okay. So this is one of those where I actually want to try something a little fun and a little new. Actually, I think, well, let me try something. So one of our new Peekaboo pocket sizes is the 5x7. Have you guys seen these? These are a little bigger. And one thing I was thinking about to use these for was to highlight a photo on a page as a kind of more to use it as a title, I guess is what I would say. So actually I think I might do it, maybe I'll do it over here. I'm going to do it here to bring the orange across. I think that's what I'm going to do. So what I would do again, so let's say so now I want this to kind of stand out a little bit more because that has the National Park logo there and everything. So I'm going to cut this paper at 5x7. And then what's going to happen is that it's going to all of a sudden become more than just a photo. It's going to kind of become a title as we slide this in here. Okay, you guys, woo, love that orange. Isn't that fun? So here, and this is where I could do something really neat with the laser. I love the laser stuff, right? So can you guys see that? Okay. Kind of with, maybe we'll do it on this side since the logo's on that side. Okay, So now all of a sudden I've got this really cool, there we go, that fits better, embellished title. Bam, all of a sudden I've got this really neat title piece. And I still have the back side to this for another photo and underneath for yet another photo. Okay, so let's see how that pulls together. Let me get my adhesive. I'm just gonna pop that down. Does that make sense? Let me check in. Okay. Oh, your new CM box arrived today. Yay! It's like always so fun to get a new box of goodies. Oh, and I should show you. I got a box with something new in it too. So on these, I'm using my repositionable, and I need my old mat. Remember, you can use your old mat, your old cutting mat if you want. And one of the tools we used to have was the pickup square. Do you guys remember the pickup square? And that's a fun one for picking up all those little bits and pieces of leftover adhesive. So I'm just going to offset that a smidge so that this works better, coming down from the top. There we go. Okay, so all of a sudden, super fun title for the Petrified Forest. So now I can also work on, before I stick it in there, I want to work on what's going to go on the back. And I've got so many choices for photos. So let's get a good one. So I kind of think this might be a fun one as we were walking around. That's kind of fun too. I think I'll do this one. Okay. So now, even though these are made for larger 5x7 photos, you can still use them in a different way as a 4x6, kind of as a fun little title addition. Okay, so there I have that, and then you flip it open. So now I have this area underneath too. Okay, so again, we can just simply get these big blocks down. Right down. I'm going to go ahead and add this so I'll know exactly what I have. So if you haven't seen the Peekaboo pockets before, there's an adhesive strip, and it's always on the opposite side to the opening of the Peekaboo pocket. And it's super clear, so even if you can put these on top of page protectors. You can put them, you know, I've shown a lot of different ways to use these, but they're so nice because they're clear, so whatever's underneath you can just look right through. Really clear adhesive. Love that. I love that there. And then I like having this one, this walking one here. So, okay. You can see, again, quick, easy, fast. I love it. We're scrapping tonight. Here we go. Getting some pages done. And I realize not everybody has the same kind of scrap style, but I just also feel that it's important that a simpler style is also represented because it can be fun and easy also. I love this picture. He's just not sure about taking the picture and that is a giant, used to be tree, right? That's kind of fun there. Oh, that goes there. So, I think this one is going to get trimmed. So I love lining up photos. So this is going to get lined up right at 4. Because there's a lot of stuff in that picture. I just love looking at those big blocks of the petrified trees. Okay, so for me, what I would do on this side is I have this nice space right here for journaling. And one of my tricks, let's see, where'd I put it? Here we go. I out of my own necessity, once again, I made these printable journaling templates. So anybody who has purchased from me, you will probably get one of these files. And it's just a little thank you from me, but it has all these different types of journaling formats. So I have grid, and some are kind of this on this gray so that it goes with the Spargo. There's white ones with little dots. So this is how I love to do my journaling, is not directly on the paper, because then if you mess up, that's just a problem. And it's so easy just to journal on something like this and then cut it out, and if you mess it up, throw it away and start over. So I think actually I kind of like so I have dot grid, and then I also have a little lined grid. I think I like that one. And then you can just cut these right down. So this is going to go right in here. So I'm going to cut this at 6. And then my really technical measuring, which is right there. And we're going to cut there. Whoop. Line it up. And I have a perfect little journal box. Almost perfect. Need it a little shorter. So there are a lot of different decorated journal boxes that go with the collection, but sometimes I just love the look of a really simple one that I can then add stickers to. So that's where my writing's going to go, right there. And I've still got this. Another fun little technique I like to do is, if I have a block of paper going this way and I have my photos here, and like I said, I really kind of want to highlight this one picture, sometimes what I'll do is take this and highlight it by going off the page this way. And I'll show you what I mean. So just like this, I'm going to cut my paper here at 6.5. So I'm just going to cut it there. And in effect, it's kind of a way of double matting, right? You guys have all heard of, double matting your photos to kind of bring that impact. But it's kind of a spin-off on that, because I love seeing bits and pieces of the paper, especially if it's a texture paper like this. And then this also gives me a really nice ground place for a title. Can you guys see that? So if I even just move this down a little bit, this is a perfect place if I wanted to do sticker letters or a cut title to do Petrified Forest. Do you see how that kind of just, it's like a little puzzle. Put that right in there. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do here is maybe move these around a little bit, and just like that. And I may even, I'm going to save Adam for the next page, and I'm going to use this picture right there. Okay, so again, this one's going to get trimmed down to a 4x4. When I'm trimming too, what I usually do, if I want to say I want to end up with these guys in the middle of a 4x4, what is the most insignificant part of that photo? And I start my trim there. So I'll bring this over and, you know, trim it. I don't want to get too close, right? And then I can measure 4 inches on the other side. And then it kind of gives me the right balance on that photo. Okay. So that's it. Bam, we're done. Simple, simple, super easy. We grab my adhesive and we just start by putting these pages together. Okay, I haven't checked in for a while. So how are we doing, guys? Where is the Petrified Forest end paint? I will show you. Haha, good question. So if you remember, one of the first things I say is so fun to do is to, whenever you take a trip, and you can do this after, so you don't have to do it, you know, while you're on the trip, is put in your destination. So we're here in Southern California and Los Angeles area, and we ended up driving to Pine Top, which is Arizona, and then the Petrified Forest is right here, and I believe that's still Arizona. And then we went up to the Painted Desert up here, and then we went up to Grand Canyon. So that is always super fun. Let me put this down. I'll show you a little closer picture. To whenever you go somewhere, just Google it, and then you can see your little road trip. And I did that in a Peekaboo pocket, and then did my journaling underneath. So beautiful, beautiful part of the country. And this one actually gives you an idea of what it's like to put a Peekaboo pocket on top of the page protector. Okay, so that one, you can see how clear it is. And it sits on top of the page protector because I wanted the flip up to be there. Okay, so awesome. Will they ever make 12x15s? You know what, Mary? I really don't think they are going to with the new company. And the reason I say that is because even the 8x8s, you guys have seen that size, right? I did a video on these little guys. They only produce these. They only bring the equipment and produce these, I think, twice or 3 times a year. And these are a big seller, the 8x8s, but I just don't think that they would bring the equipment for the 12x15s. I don't even know if they still have that equipment with the new company. So sorry about that. And yay. Oh, you're making some, Mary, you're making some birthday cards. Great. Let me see. Thank you cards. Awesome. Oh, Germany and Austria. Beautiful. I bet those pages are beautiful. Okay. All right. We're going to go back down, get these guys down, and finish this. Checking in. Any other? Yes. Okay. Where do you find the journaling file? So, Fallon, if you, I know you've, I'm pretty sure you have purchased from me. If you want to just email me, I think you've got my email. I think we've emailed, maybe. Email me, and I'll make sure if you didn't get it that you get it, the file for the journal boxes. Okay, so that's just a freebie for my folks. And I do have the file on my website if you are out of the country and you just really want the file for the journal boxes. You can get that as well. Got to move this up a little bit so I can get my photos in here. Okay, right here. There we go. Okay. And Then I'm going to bring this all the way up so that it's flush with the top of the page. But I love that because it really, you know, isn't that different than a photo just on a page? It really draws your attention to this photo. And that really is kind of a thing for our family, because since the kids were little, when we would go on these road trips, you know, mom was always asking for those photos, right? Like, can you please do this? And I need this picture. And one of the pictures I'd love to get was all 4 of them together. And so from different trips we've done, I have different photos of them all together, kind of standing apart like that with their arms out. So that's kind of a special little setup for us. And just popping that in there. So I'm not going to do a title because I'm going to want to play with my new silhouette probably and do a really fun title there. That would be kind of neat. And I'll have to share that with you when I'm done. But ta-da, you guys. So that's it. We can do a little more fun stuff. If we wanted to, with some, I love these die cuts from the Pine Top collection. But, you know, just super simple. I'm not sure what I'll do with that. Maybe there. And then have the title go across here. And then I could do a little more journaling right here if I wanted to. And maybe add a few more little doodads. Let's see what kind of stickers we've got here. Some of these really, since I'm kind of bringing in that orange, loving this view. That's kind of cute. That might be kind of fun. You guys remember the trick I taught you? Oh, and if you didn't get a chance to see my border maker work video yet, this is that border from the border maker. Super fun, really simple technique, which is punch 2 border strips. These are the freestanding border strips, the kind that just when you're done punching you get a loose strip, and then this is a sticker strip to hold it together. And this is from the Beneath the Pine sticker strip collection. So that's just a really easy little tip and technique for making a really quick border for your pages. Okay, but I'm loving this view. And I am not sure that's the right. So if you remember, some of these are the old oval patterns. Some of the ovals are more squashy and some are more rounded. So it's actually, I think this is the better choice, the more rounded oval. And because that is so big, oh, here's the other, that's way too small. Oh, I do have, is that the same? No, that's the same, right? Yeah, that's the same. I don't know why I ended up with 2 of those. I think we're going to go with this one, and we're going to go all the way down with a blue blade to make the smallest cut on that. And bring in that green. And what color paper are we going to use? We might have to use this new rumble, rumble, rummage, rummage. Everything's right here, but I gotta find it. Oh, that's probably too small. Too small for that scrap. Let me find it. We'll use this. No, maybe. Yes, no, maybe. Do I like that? No. And this is the whole big decision-making process right here. Oh, I think that's kind of fun. And this is actually kind of fun too. The darker green with that sticker. That's kind of fun. So I think we'll just be playful with it. And we're going to use this with the blue blade and that sticker. And the great thing is I'll be able to still use this paper because I'm cutting it in the center. So nothing goes to waste, and I'll just get a picture and cover up the hole that I'm cutting out. Okay. And the new blades, remember, they spin, so a lot easier to use. Let's see. That's pretty close. I think I'm going to need foam squares. So I've been using my little box of for holding my supplies, and so far it's working pretty well. I keep putting my things back where they're supposed to go so I can find them. Okay, so this is just going to add a little bit of playful fun right here along the side. So right there. And we're going to put this down with the repositionable, and then we're done. All right. So how we doing, guys? Are any more questions? I'm gonna put this right on here. So you scrapping along? Let's see. All the right there. Ah, okay. And here. Loving this view because I love seeing those kids all together. Right up there. Okay. So then I'm just going to do my Painted Desert or Petrified Forest, sorry, Petrified Forest title, and then we're good to go. So let me bring this down, and you can see there's using the 5x7 Peekaboo pocket in a little different way, putting it as kind of a title piece using my journaling box. So I'll do that when we're all finished here, and just add a few little touches and my page is finished. So, oh, the boxes. Yes. Yay! Of the, Julie, these sets, these little boxes. I love these boxes. You can see this is my foam squares box. Awesome. So yeah, I love, this is another favorite thing from my craft room is the iris boxes for storing. So I have foam squares and I have my Peekaboo pockets, always at a reach, a moment's reach, right? So awesome. Okay, any questions, guys? I think we'll wrap up for today, and I'm so happy you were able to join me and just see a little more process how to use those older stickers, which is kind of fun, digging out those pages, and we can do a little workshop on how to kind of make different ways of using up our stash. That's the whole process, because you know, one of the things I was thinking about, they have all this new fun stuff coming on Monday, and I thought, I don't want to be a hoarder. I mean, I love all of it, I want it all, but I want to use it too, right? That's the whole thing. We want to use it, use what we have, and keeping things simple and just moving through the process and moving through our albums really makes it fun to use all of this stuff. So that's another really easy thing, easy way to think of how to use, you know, we're using big blocks of color and using our paper, and you really get to enjoy it on your pages. Okay, so thanks guys. All right, well, I so appreciate all of you taking a little time to join me this Friday night, and we'll do it again. And until we see each other again, just let me know if you have any other questions, what you'd like to see. Just keep in touch with me. And it was so fun seeing you and being able to connect with you tonight. So have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. And I look forward to sharing the new products with you as soon as I get them in. And take care, everybody. Have a great evening. Bye for now. Okay. Whoops, sorry. I'm gonna just grab this. Whoops. That's so high. Okay, here we go.